Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Today we have to talk about an issue which most of the people don't talk about. They keep it in their heart, any kind of mental tension, issues they're facing, and then after a certain point of time, it boils over and then they take some drastic steps. To avoid people from doing that, we have to talk about our issues. And again, if you want to talk about your issues, let's say you're preparing for UPSC or any other exams, but then there are certain issues which are, beyond your control and which is just eating your mind some way or the other, you can always contact me, shubham.sagar@studyiq.com. Don't ever take any stupid, means that is not stupid, that's actually a step people take when they have nowhere to go to. But again, people are there, support system is there, and that's what we have to talk about in this particular article. February 23, 2025, Hindu, page number 11. There is a figure which has been given, and then we have to talk about certain terms related to suicide. GS1, if you talk from UPSC perspective, GS1 you have society, and it is said that India is one of the most depressed country in the world. There are certain things which we have to talk about: active and passive euthanasia. What are the different factors which contributes to suicide? Some factors which we may not have heard about. Who do more suicides, men or women? Why? So we have to talk about all these things, and we have to understand it from a societal perspective as well. So 7,40,000 global death from suicide occur annually. 7,40,000 people die every year because they feel like they have nowhere to go, and they feel like it's a waste to live in this world, so let's just go out of this world. So global suicide statistics, around 7,40,000 deaths and suicides, we have discussed it. That is one suicide every 43 seconds. Now there are terms here. There are terms. What does it mean is, there are terms like which country has maximum, or in which particular country maximum suicide happens every year. That is a different figure. Then there is something known as suicide rate. Suicide rate is not equal to number of suicides. This we have to understand. Plus we have to also talk about this issue. It should not be a taboo. There was a time in our country where if you want to commit suicide, that was a criminal offense. Whether that is the case right now also, is committing suicide a criminal offense in India right now? Yes or no? If you know about it, you can post it in the comment section. That means, let's say we take a scenario where committing suicide is a criminal offense. Let's say you did not die when you attempted to suicide. Police will come and they will take you and they will put you behind prison because you thought about committing suicide. So we have to talk about that point also. How far it is correct to, put committing suicide in a criminal offense bracket. So there are so many things which we have to talk about. Gender disparity. What this particular survey which is there, and which the study which is there in February 2025, Hindu, page number 11, talks about is, as compared to female, male die by suicide twice as much. And this is a figure globally, not only confined to India. We'll talk about India also, which states has maximum issues related to suicide, whether there is any particular conclusion we can derive from that. We have to talk about that as well. Decline in suicide rate. This is a very good figure. It was said that earlier around 15 people per 1 lakh person used to commit suicide. It has reduced to 9 per 1 lakh, if I'm not wrong. We'll see that. So it's a reduction by almost 40%. Where does India lie? This is a global figure. Let me show you something. So suicide rate declined from 15 deaths per 1 lakh people to 9 deaths per 1 lakh people. So 15 to 9, reduction of 6. The base value here is 15. So 6 by 15 into 100. We are doing a CSAT here. That is 40% reduction. And that's what is being stated here in this particular data. Over the past 3 decades, global age standardized mortality rate for suicide has decreased by nearly 40%. And this is a very welcome figure. This you can quote when questions related to suicide comes in society. But what about India? So globally, we have around 9 deaths per 1 lakh people currently. So we don't have the current data. The data which we have is around 21, 22. And at that time in India, the suicide rate was 12 per 1 lakh people. And as far as, total number of suicide or highest number of total suicides in the world annually is concerned, India is, I think, at the top. If you feel like, no, it is not at the top, number wise, you can post it in the comment section. When it comes to suicide rate, India is not at the top. Suicide rate, I think 6 out of 10 countries who are topping it, 6 out of 10 countries are African countries. Lesotho, where is Lesotho? That is at the top. If you know it, you can post it in the comment section. So effectiveness of prevention efforts, just like you may have seen when we hear about these kind of suicide cases, there is a quote by Satan who says that suicide is never the option, you have to outlive your enemies. So Satan says that suicide is never the answer, you have to outlive your enemies. Whatever Again, this is a very interesting quote. You can take it as a joke, but this is not a joke. This is a very sensitive issue. Whenever you feel like you have no one to talk to, believe me, you have people to talk to. Just need to find out those people and talk to them. Every issue can be resolved. Nothing is, we sometimes feel like this issue is very big. In the larger scheme of things, nothing matters much. If you see the universe, we are a very small, tiny particle in this whole universe, which is constantly expanding as far as Big Bang Theory is concerned. So again, we should not be taking things to heart and just enjoy, just chill, as per Charvaka philosophy, which says that life, the purpose of life is enjoyment. Even if you have to take loan to enjoy your life, do it again. You can, agree with Charvaka philosophy, you can disagree with it, but the purpose is suicide is never the option. As Satan was saying, you have to outlive your enemies. So now let's go back to what we were reading. So these are the points. Decline suggests that the intervention and prevention measures, like you may have seen whenever such kind of news comes in any newspaper, at the end they give you these helpline numbers, you can talk to them. So those things are working. That's what this article is saying. Gender-based decline, female suicide rate dropping by over 50%, male suicide rate has declined by almost 34%. In general, you are realizing that male are committing more suicide than female. And again, does the patriarchal society that is playing a role, there is too much pressure on, guys to do certain things. It's not like women are not facing pressure. There is pressure on both of them. But when you have a patriarchal society as we have world over, and who is saying that? I am not saying it. Supinder Singh ma'am, in her book Ancient and Early Medieval India, she had talked about this thing, that subordination of women is a known feature of almost all historical society. The point is degree of subordination of women. So women has been subordinated. One silver lining scholars say of that subordination is the fact that sometimes male have to take more responsibilities. If you're taking more responsibility, you'll be taking more pressure. Sometimes I'm using the word. And when you'll be taking more pressure, you can contemplate about these kind of drastic measures, which you shouldn't. Suicide remains a significant public health concern in India. Total suicides in 2021, that is the latest figure which we have. If you have any more latest figure, you can post it in the comment section. We had around 1,64,000 deaths in 2021, 7.2% increase. So here in our country, like we have seen the article where they were saying that from 15 per lakh to 9 per lakh, we are seeing a decline. But that is not happening in our country. In our country, suicide rate is escalating. And we have to keep a tab on it. And there, the helpline numbers and all these, people whom you can talk to, they can help a lot. So now let's talk about some data and try to correlate stuff. Highest number of suicides, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. Ideally, you may think like people who are in, there is an acronym which was given, Bimaru states. I'm from one of those Bimaru states. Don't kill me in the comment section. Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. Generally, they should commit more suicides because of their vulnerable scenario. But the figures are not exactly telling you that. These states where you are seeing maximum number of suicides, they are comparatively well off. Highest suicide rates, Andaman and Nicobar, 40%, followed by Sikkim. So there is no specific correlation which you can derive from these data. Maybe the well-off people, they have more pressure, whatever is the reason, suicide rate, we are not finding a correlation between, the poorer states, more suicide rate. That is not the reality as far as data are concerned. But there is one correlation here. Family problems and illness were the leading cause. Sometimes you are facing from some disease which is incurable, and that is very painful also. So in that scenario, you opt for euthanasia. Now, there are two types of euthanasia, active euthanasia and passive euthanasia. If you know about them, if you know the difference about them, you can post it in the comment section. What is legal in India, active euthanasia or passive euthanasia? Economic factors. Now, there is a correlation here. Daily wage earners constituted a significant portion of suicide victims, highlighting the impact of financial instability at the same time. Why do we, why there is a need for increasing employment in our country. And when we talk about, growing unemployment, people going to informal sectors, what repercussions it has. So here, there is one such fact. Suicide is never the answer. So please remember this particular point. Even if you talk about highest number of states or suicides in states which are well off, you can see these vulnerable population who are going there for or as daily wage workers, etc. These are the people who are or who may be contributing to major portion of these suicides. Plus, there was one data related to agriculture also, farmer also, which is there in GS3. If you talk about UPSC paper, so GS3 you have agriculture. You talk about agriculture. There was a data that like in the last 2 decades, more than 2 lakh farmers committed suicide. So there are so many data. There are correlation which you can establish, but state-wise, you are not seeing that that much correlation here. But vulnerability is a factor. So yes, sir. Now there are certain questions in front of you. If you know about or the data which is there in this article, you can use it in your exam to substantiate your point. Plus, you have to answer these two questions. What is the basic difference between active and passive euthanasia? Which kind of euthanasia is allowed in our country? Second, whether suicide is, or committing or trying to commit suicide is still a criminal offense in India. Yes or no? So whatever you know about these two things, if you know something about these two questions, you can post it in the comment section. Fine, sir. And again, if you want me to share this particular PDF with you, you can join Fun Study with Shubh, my Telegram channel, and be a part of my family, because study should be fun. Now, also, if you're preparing for UPSC 2026, this is the right time to start your preparation in full throttle, and you can join our batch 2, Sampoorna batch 2. And the admission will be closing on 28th February. So join it before that, because then after that, maybe the prices will increase. You can use this code which you are seeing in the bottom section, SHS Live, to get maximum discount. And yes, this will help you in, this will prepare you for UPSC 2026, all the eventualities related to UPSC 2026. And this is P2I. P2I means prelims to interview. Every stage, prelims, mains, interview, you have to understand what are the different requirements of these different phases of UPSC 2026, and we'll be there with you. I'll be there with you. I'll be taking your classes here as well in the English batch. So again, if you want to join it, you should join it. Do join it before 28th Feb, and you can use my code as well, SHS Live. So that's it from my side. Join the Telegram channel for getting the PDF of this particular lecture, and I will see you soon. Take care, be blessed. Tata, bye-bye.